story. It's a story about asking questions and learning how to figure out the answers. This story is about a boy named Sam who is trying to figure out why his grandmother has an old log in her backyard. She says it's for her friends, but Sam doesn't think that makes any sense. You're going to read about what Sam figures out by watching that old log. As you read, you'll also get up and move, you'll look for clues, and you'll talk about your ideas. Let's turn the page and get started.
Hi, my name is Sam. Every day after school, I go to Grandma's house to play. There used to be an old dead tree in one corner of Grandma's backyard. My dad cut it down. He chopped up the branches for firewood. Grandma stopped him before he cut it all up. "Leave that part alone," she said, pointing to a big log lying in the grass. "Why do you want that old log?" I asked. Grandma smiled. "It's not for me," she said. "I have some friends who need that log." I wonder who her friends might be. I thought about Grandma's friends. Her neighbors come to drink tea with her. My dad and I come and visit, but none of us need a log. I wondered, why would anyone want a rotten old log? What good is that? Let's stop and talk. What good is a rotten old log? Who needs it? Who do you think? Who might need a rotten old log? Why do your friends need a log? I asked. Keep your eyes open and you'll see, she said. A few days later, I saw something move on the old log. I went to see what it was. Can you see what I found on the old log? Look carefully. I see it, do you? Right here. "Grandma," I shouted, "I found a lizard on the old log. His scales look a lot like the bark. Do you see it now?" "That is one of my friends," she said. "He comes to the log to hunt for ants and other insects to eat." Let's get up and move. So let's pretend that we're a lizard on a log looking for ants to eat. How many ants can you gobble up? So let's do that. Let's stand up and move. Let's pretend we're that lizard sitting on a log. How can I get my ants? How many ants can you gobble up? Great job, boys and girls. Grandma sat outside with me. "Let's watch the log," she said. "Maybe some more of my friends will come visit." I wonder who else her friends might be. What do you think? "What's that?" Grandma asked. "A squirrel," I said. "He found a snack. Why did he climb on the log to eat it?" That's a really good question. I think he's keeping watch for the neighbor's cat. Grandma said. Look over there, Grandma said. That's my friend, the nuthatch. She's catching insects to eat. Where is she finding the insects? If we watch long enough, Grandma said, maybe we'll see the deer mouse that lives in the hole in the log. Let's see. Ooh, I see him. Do you see him? I think he's going back to his hole. At night, I see other visitors, she said. Like the toad that lives in a burrow under the log. We've seen so many animals so far, haven't we, boys and girls? Why do so many animals come to that old log, I asked. Think about it, Grandma said. You can figure it out. So let's stop and talk. Why do you think so many animals come to the log in the yard? Why did the lizard? Was it easy to see the lizard on that log, or was it hard to see him? I thought it was kind of hard to see him, so maybe he comes to the log so that he can be hidden and safe while he's eating his ants. What about the squirrel? Why did the squirrel go to the log? Remember, that was the neighbor's cat, so I think he's trying to get away so he can be safe and enjoy his food. What did the mouse come to that log for? He was living in the hole in the log, so that was his home. What about the toad? He lived in a burrow under the log, so he was using it as his protection. So many great reasons for those animals to be by that old, dead, rotten log. I thought about it. Then I said, I think they all find something they need there. Maybe something to eat. There's that lizard. Or somewhere to hide. Ooh, who's this? That's our deer mouse. So tell me, why do you think I kept that old log, Grandma asked? Because it makes so many animals happy, I said. Just then, a chipmunk ran along the top of the log. It stopped to stare at us. Grandma laughed and said, and because you're never lonely if you have an old log for your animal friends to visit. The end. What a great story. So my question to you today is, why would you keep an old rotten log?